And then we have the big one, aggressive expansion impact. Now this little honey is gonna be huge for us, especially as we try to reach the big blue blob achievement. And why is it so good? I mean, 20% might not seem like that much. I mean, you're gonna incur a lot of aggressive expansion, and I mean, it's more important if people get aggressive expansion with you than if they're not. But what we're gonna try to explain here is that reduction in 20% is actually gonna reduce who gets aggressive expansion from your actions as well. Because if you take, say, a province in England, then say that you get 30 aggressive expansion from that. Now, those 30 will apply to the absolute neighbors of that province, and then they will sort of decrease in a circle outwards by... I can't do the maths here. I can't remember exactly what the amount is per sort of distance, but it is sort of a fixed amount per distance that it decreases. And reducing the initial aggressive expansion actually limits your how much it spreads. So if initially Austria would get aggressive expansion from your conquest in England, now with that idea they would not. So that's really quite good. And yeah, we've looked at the other ideas here, and Diplorep is obviously good for, same reasons as with diplomatic ideas, and diplomatic relations is also good, but also very similar to diplomatic ideas. Vassal force limit expansion it can be handy, but it's if you're at the very force limit, but it's not gonna happen very often. And unjustified demands can save you a fair deal. So all in all, we chose influence ideas, and although some of the ideas in there are not like the best, they're altogether quite solid. And I mean, the reason why we want ideas in the first place is not just because of the ideas themselves, but because they allow us to expand on our French ideas, and Elan is just so good, so we definitely don't want to miss out or delay that more than necessary. Making a quick comparison here, how the war goal is, how our troops are comparing, and seems like we're doing fine. We're doing fine on those, so we don't need to sweat about it. And yeah, we could have become Defender of Faith here, but it would drag us into too many Eastern wars that we have no real want to be in. I mean, Defender of Faith is usually best if you're in a small religious group, so you can sort of be involved in everything and not worry. And yeah, we're trying to get up to speed on the military technology. We're trying to look here how the institutions are spreading, but unfortunately these provinces are not the best in terms of development. So it's, although we have friendly neighbors, it's spreading a little bit slowly. There we have a better expansion. There we have a better expansion. So we're hoping that we can bring it in from Savoy into our lands. La 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 la. Now it's just war. Just war. And war can be fun. At least in games like this. And yeah, sieging out provinces. They're trying to siege back, but they're using far too many troops to do what few troops could have done just as well. And here we're trying to save Castile, but I think that Castile has entered a losing battle here. They have, yeah, they lost there, and then Burgundy had more reinforcements on their way. Of course, then Castile left their siege. Because why not? Why not? Yeah, that. Don't ever put the AI in charge of sieges, because they're gonna screw it up. You need to have at least some of your dudes in there to make sure that even if you can't continue the siege properly, you can at least halting it from just being given up completely. And now it looks like it's the coalition that will enter into a trap. And yeah, so they did. This looks like a slaughter about to happen. And yeah, both sides are reinforcing, but they are not holding their moral, and they're breaking, and yes, and they lost far more troops. And then we took a stack wipe just after that. Also good, also good. Another stack wipe. Yeah, those little things tend to happen when the AI sends in their minuscule stacks to try to rescue a bad offensive. I hope that I still can do something out of that. And yes, finally the capital of the war leader is down, and that is usually a sign that the conflict is about to end on a good note. But yeah, we're thinking of sending our troops up there to try and squeeze those fleeing troops, but yeah, we're trying to catch them wherever they're going. Hopefully we can catch them there. Okay, but they're still white flagged or something equivalent. So yeah, I think we're first gonna send up our troops towards that. Yeah, stack wipe, num num num, and then we're gonna realize that we've left the AI in charge of a siege, and revert course, revert course. And yeah, now it's just gonna be a matter of sieging out the enemy and hoping for that things don't take too long. And yeah, we're good on our manpower. For the early games, the French tend to be holding their own when it comes to manpower quite well. Well, both the AI and players. So yeah, we're having a few sieges going on, wiping a few stacks here and there. Now we're going for the war goal. Well, what would have been the war goal if we would have attacked, but now that's not really the case, so we're just gonna be fine with taking it anyway, because that's how we roll it. And I think that at this point we're even having a mission to take that province, so it's not too bad a mission actually, and it's good to go for it, if nothing else, so we can rotate the missions and see if we can get something better. Yeah, the mission rewards are usually quite nah. They you know, they're a little bonus, but except for historic missions of some nations for, you know, expansion into historic territories or whatnot, most missions are failing in giving the player enough incentive to actually care about them. And yeah, that's something that Paradox should actually think about when they go along with their continuous revamping and updating of the game. And now the Irish miners are trying to invade Scotland here, and Scotland is actually, to their credit, avoiding them, because the Scots would have no chance against such a swarm. And now Burgundy seem to have collected all of their military potential, and it's a battle that we could probably afford to lose, but winning it would be so sweet. So we're actually decoupling our siege there and trying to go after them. And poof, we actually lost far more men in that, but winning it was, if for no other reasons, very symbolically good victory. Yeah, trying to look around how things are going up in the Isles. And yeah, the fortification, it's always, I would say, always go for the local defensiveness, because if you're not hurting for a military engineer, and I seldom find myself longing for one, I'm not going to like say goodbye to that 25% defensiveness, because it can play a good role if that castle or other fortification is some time in the future getting sieged. So better just keep it. Yeah, and that's the army that has taken the shit of the Burgundian first attack, and yeah, we just have to use our manpower pool. And yeah, it's unfortunate that we're sort of wasting men here, because we would preferably would save on men as much as possible, because there is an upcoming England war lurking, and we'd want it to be won with good margins and not having to think about. Oh yeah, and now, yeah, standardized pikes. Standardized pikes. A very, very good technology. And this is gonna put us on par with the Burgundians, and I think we're going to do it even if we're in a little bit of a precarious situation. So yeah, we're looking over which ones are the best, and I think we're going to go all offensive here. They're not, I don't find that choice to be very important. They're more or less gonna be the same. So yeah, I'll continue to wait here. Siege of Rethel is over, and we are considering marching to help defend in that battle, but we don't need to because they chickened out. And oh yeah, the truce with England. And now we're on shaky grounds. Luckily we're at war with the coalition, so England can't join the coalition while the coalition is at war. But once the war is over, we'll sort of have to jump into a war with England really soon, because otherwise a new coalition might build and we would be screwed again. And we don't want that. We certainly do not want that. Because now we're looking at possible pieces here. And yeah, we should probably piece out for like, I mean, we want the truce to be as long as possible, but these provinces are high development provinces, and we don't want to waste our precious admin points trying to get that. And we're really annoyed with Provence having the ability to get the vassals of Brittany, because we would really want that. Vassalizing Brittany would be it would be a good move, because yeah, Brittany is one of those that could be diplo annexed quite well, and they have a sort of suitable amount of development for diplo annexation. But yeah, we're gonna look around for a while here, trying to establish different deals. And the larger problem here is that we're not gonna be able to take very much. We don't want to incur too much aggressive expansion, and this in turn will lead us to having a problematic situation when it comes to our big goal, our main target, which is obviously the big blue blob achievement. And I think it's at this point that I start to realize that this achievement might be really hard at this point to reach, because we haven't expanded quite as much as we would have liked to at this point, largely due to our that we didn't control the coalition to begin with and let it grow out of hand, and now we're fighting this rather meaningless war. It would have been nice, it would have been really, really nice if Burgundy could have collapsed during this war. That would have been really, really yummy. But alas, it has not. Maybe in a coming war, we'll see. But we'll not count on it. We will not count on it. And so we're gonna try to grab some Burgundian territory, just so that we at least are working a little bit towards our 100 province goal. Yeah, I mean it can be a little bit tricky figuring out exactly what is the best possible peace deal that one can get, and we're also concerned with our power projection, because Burgundy is obviously one of our rivals, and we'd really want to have plus or more than 50 in our power projection, because that would be not only sweet, but it would be very, very handy to get those monarch points. And yeah, we're trying to flip back and forth here, trying to establish what we could do and what we want to do, and yeah, it's all seeing a fair amount of aggressive expansion building, but nothing really worrying. And I think that we've sort of found our piece at this point. It's a little bit of aggressive expansion, but not too much. It's a fair deal of power projection, and now we're only going to milk them. It would have been nice if we could have humiliated them as well, but not really something that we're looking for. We're looking at how vassalizing them would change things, but we're only going to do money, I think, here, because money is nice, and money is needed to fight wars, and money is needed to get our institutions in place. So yeah, we're just gonna try to get things done. Actually, it would be nice here. I'm looking because we're seeing if Luxembourg could be released. And it would have been nice if there was a tooltip saying you can't demand this province because you're not in control of a fort. Because as it is now, you have to click on it and then be informed that you don't control a fort. So it shows as an available goal, but it's not. And yeah, quite a war. Not the sweep of provinces that we're looking for, but we picked up a fair amount of provinces, and I mean, they're gonna help us in the end, and we needed some of them for our other mission to form the proper France. And I think now we're just gonna go for England crushing, England bashing, because we need another war with England to decimate them, so that we can turn our coat on Scotland and invade them, so that we can then in turn get some claims on Norway, and thereby attacking the Danish for the Norwegian provinces, which would be really sweet. And a reminder to myself would probably be to build up a better navy in preparation for that, because with naval superiority in that fight, we would be having so much of an easier time. And yeah, there's a truce, and so they cannot join the coalition, and that's very handy, especially that not Brittany but Burgundy cannot join it, because with them in the coalition we'll always have troubles. And yeah, now we just have to let our troops recoup a bit, and then we're actually good to go against England. And yeah, with that, folks, that's all for these commentary episodes, and bye.